Life is not easy in this remote village high up in the mountains of southeastern Turkey. And these residents say the government has made it even harder for them. They used to vote in their village, but now their polling station has been moved 17 kilometers away. The government says it is to protect the ballot from Kurdish militants.
Some of us can't afford to travel. Some of us are poor. Some are too old to embark on the journey. But even if we have to carry them on our backs, we are going to vote.
Not only here in Hakkari, but in 19 Kurdish cities, polling stations have been moved or merged. The opposition says votes could be rigged and voters intimidated. The only way out of the village into the town center is through a checkpoint. And once you're in town, you see a heavy police presence everywhere. Under a state of emergency, Turkey faces one of its tightest elections in years, and every vote counts. And Kurds could end up as kingmakers. When the ceasefire with the Kurdish PKK militants ended in 2015, curfews were declared in several cities and major military operations took place. A crackdown on the pro-Kurdish HDP party followed. The government accuses them of having links to the PKK. 9 MPs are still in jail, including the party's presidential candidate Selahattin Demirtas. Recently, President Recep Tayyip Erdogan hinted at reinstating the death penalty for him. His wife Başak travels thousands of kilometers every week for an hour-long visit.
Selahattin 4 duvar arasında 12 metrekarelik bir alanda bir hücrede.
Selahattin is behind bars. He's running his campaign from a 12-meter squared cell, trying to compete with the other presidential candidates. You can't even call this a fair contest. In a democratic country, how can a presidential candidate promise his voters death and bloodshed? That is what Mr. Erdogan has done. This proves how scared they are of us.
In Istanbul, at a major HDP rally just days before the election, people hold their breath to watch Mr. Demirtas's speech. It was recorded in prison and broadcast by the state TV channel, a first in Turkey's modern history. The HDP needs to win more than 10% of the vote to enter parliament. If it fails, the seats would go to President Erdogan's AKP, the second most popular party in the Kurdish region. The Kurdish vote could be a game changer. Selin Girit, BBC News, Turkey.